Good morning. This is Eddie.
And I'm Lindsay. We are coming to you live from the WSMS studio. Please give your attention to Salem for the pledge.
Good morning. Please join me in a moment of silence. Please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remember to show respect, make a difference, and set the bar high. Have a great day. Now back to the announcers.
Mrs. Field's fundraiser orders are due today. Please turn them in to your advisory teacher or the office.
Current 6th and 7th graders, if you're interested in traveling to China, there is an informational meeting this Friday, September 22nd at 7:30 a.m. in the Discovery Middle School LGI.
Schmucker's Writing Club will have its informational meeting today in Miss Fiegel's room from after school from 4 to 4:30. If you are interested in writing short stories and poetry this year, please come. If you are unable to make it tonight, stop by room 211 and let Miss Fiegel know. It is possible that regular meetings will be held a different day of the week, depending on interest.
6th graders, get your dance moves ready. The 6th grade dance is Friday, September 22nd from 4 to 5:30. You can buy your ticket the last 15 minutes of your lunch starting on Wednesday.
If you are interested in being on student council for the 2017-18 school year, please stop by the Student Services for an application. Applications are due Monday, September 25th. If you would prefer an online application, you can email Mrs. Hoover to request one.
A reminder about loaner Chromebooks. If you have a loaner Chromebook assigned to you, you're responsible for taking care of it while it is checked out to you. If something happens to it or it breaks while you have it, you will have to pay to get it fixed.
Attention teachers, please send any donations that you receive for the Hurricane Relief Drive to the seminar room in Advisory daily. We will be sorting these items as the week goes on. Thank you, SMS National Junior Honor Society. Thanks for joining us, but first, a special announcement.
Attention Schmucker Middle School students. Hurricane Harvey made landfall on Friday evening, August 25th, as the first Category 4 hurricane to hit the United States since Hurricane Charlie in 2004. It has dumped an estimated 27 trillion gallons of water over Texas in just a 6-day period. The rainfall has set a record for the most ever from a landfalling tropical cyclone in the continental U.S. Estimates put total losses at as much as $75 billion. In Houston, 215,000 students are out of school, and there has been an average of 8,000 daily 911 phone calls. Reaching 51 inches of rain, 30,000 people are in need of shelter. Even though it's been almost a month since the landfall, victims need help now and in the upcoming month. And it's not just Texas that needs our help. Hurricane Irma just hit Florida, and Hurricane Maria is about to hit the United States Virgin Islands. The Schmucker Middle School National Junior Honor Society will be collecting donations this week for those victims. This would be a great opportunity to make a difference here at Schmucker Middle School. Thank you, Schmucker Middle School National Junior Honor Society. Now back to the desk.
Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, and stay tuned for the 5-star video. But first, a joke. What do you call a strawberry in the middle of a road?
I don't know. What?
A traffic jam. Stay fruity, Schmucker.
What's up, 5-Star Life? Coach Seth here to talk about how you can open a door to living a 5-star life. Last week I asked you the question, what are you going to do to open a door to make sure your school is the most amazing place to learn in the world? And I can't wait to hear what you came up with. I'd like you to go to 5-Star Life, you click on the Share Your Story button, and you can upload videos, stories about what you're doing in your school to make it the most amazing place to learn in the world. All right, so growing up, I studied and watched successful people in my neighborhood, celebrities, and I just wondered, like, why are they so successful? How did they become so successful? And, you know, the basic things of vision, they had a great vision for their life, they worked really hard, I mean, those are all obvious, but there are some things under the surface I learned that were profound. And I learned that at the core of every successful person was, this value or character that drove them to excel, to perform, and to do great things. See, I believe at your core, you have some values, and so 5-Star Life, we talk about 5 core values, that you have them all inside of you. It's what you're going to do to bring them out, to make sure you're living by those things, because if you can live by those core values, if you can make every decision you make by your values, you will win educationally, you'll win in your health, you'll win in the sports field, you will win with relationships, with money, you will win, 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 win. So the question I have for you today, though, is, educationally, what door are you going to walk through? What door are you going to open to make this a successful year? And I want to talk about a value that we believe in that needs to be wrapped up in your core and lived out, and it's the value of responsibility. See, I believe if you take responsibility for your education, there's no limit to your success. So we define at 5-Star Life responsibility this way: taking ownership of our past choices, current reality, and future dreams. So the key word in a nutshell is ownership. The CEO, the boss, that's you, that's me, taking ownership. And really when it comes to your education, you have 2 different doors that you can walk through. You can either become an owner, you can walk through that door, take ownership of your academics this year, or you can walk through the other door, and that's the door of being an employee. Your parents are always pushing you to try to do your work. Your teachers have to proud you. Maybe your friends are trying to get you to do well. That's an employee. Somebody else is owning your education for you. You're just showing up. So there's 2 choices. And, several years ago, I was talking to a group of students about this very thing, and a student by the name of Brian was like, I want to be an owner because I want to be an engineer, and here's the game plan he came up with. He said, I need to have straight A's all through middle school. I need to have straight A's through high school because I want to have options. I want to have options of what engineering school I want to go to. I'm not rich, my parents aren't rich, so I need scholarships. So I need to do really well. I need to have a great resume. Well, guess what? 7th grade, 4.0. 8th grade, 4.0. 9th grade, same thing. All the way through high school. Brian just graduated at the very top of his class, 4.0. The only student in his class to have straight A's all the way through high school. Guess what? Scholarships came calling, open doors happened, and guess what? He's now living out his dream of going to college and pursuing an engineering degree. That's awesome. Listen, you can do the same thing if you choose to open the door of saying, I'm going to own my education, not just say, I'm going to be an employee. You see, the question isn't being asked to your parents, because your parents would say, I want them to own their education. The question isn't being asked to your teachers, because they'd say, I want them to own their education. Your peers, your friends, who knows? I don't know if you have good friends or bad friends. We'll cover that later. The question is to you. What are you going to do to take ownership or take responsibility for your education? Because that will determine everything. Now, the thing that you all want and that I want is options. See, the thing that students who become owners understand is by owning my education, it gives me options, open doors, many opportunities. Even if you're not like Brian and don't know what you want to do, students who become owners, at least they know I want options. I want to be able to choose when I get into later high school or college what field I want to pursue, what I want to study. Do I want to go into engineering? Do I want to be a doctor? Do I want to be a teacher? Do I want to be a builder? What do I want to do? See, we love options. I love options. I remember in 6th grade going to basketball camp, and the head coach that directed the camp came up to my dad and said, what school does Seth want to go to? See, this coach had sent a lot of students through college, big colleges like Michigan State, small colleges you'd never heard of. And he said, he's like one of the best 6th graders I've ever seen, and he has a lot of open doors, but it depends what door he walks through. Guess what? I'm telling you the same thing right now. You have a lot of open doors, a lot of opportunities, but every year that goes by that you walk through the employee door, doors close. Opportunities get smaller. Every year you go through the owner door, opportunities stay open, doors open up, and you have opportunities. I asked that same question to another group of students, and a student by the name of Trey, he was listening. He was like, I want to be an ownership. I want to be an owner. I want to be the boss. And so guess what? He signed up. Part of his plan was, I'm going to sign up for a program called 21st Century Scholars, which gives students in middle school the opportunity to get a college education if they maintain a 2.5 GPA or better and do some community service. So 7th grade, he was on track. He was on honor roll, way above a 2.5. 8th grade, same thing. 9th grade did well. 10th grade did pretty good. He stayed above a 2.5. And then 11th grade, he started to struggle a little bit. Some life situations got in the way. Some character things got in the way. Some friendships got in the way. Started skipping class at the end of his junior year. One class led to another class being skipped, until by the end of the semester, he'd skipped so many classes, he had failed the class. All of a sudden, in a moment, in less than one semester, the ownership went out the door, and he walked through the employee door, and that led to, guess what? Scholarship closing. Drop below 2.5. College opportunities, options, starting to close right before his eyes. Discouragement, hopelessness, struggle. So the choice is in your hands. Will you open a door to being an owner in your education, or are you going to walk through the employee door and let others control your future, your destiny? It's Brian or it's Trey. The choice is yours. Good luck.